Welcome back, my friends. This is the Soul Gamer, and as you can see, we're diving into Aliens Fireteam Elite. Now, I think this game's about 2 years old now. Yes, we know the deal. Shut up. Let's adjust the brightness just a bit. Subtitle big. I need. That'll do. Focus on entertainment. They've been getting big lately with a lot of good stuff, haven't they? Welcome to Aliens Fireteam Elite. Come on, give me some hair. Give me something that looks like. Give me something that looks like an old 90s era action star. Yeah, that'll do, I guess.
Running a bypass.
Anytime,
Notch up another kill.
Stay frosty.
Hoorah! Anytime, anywhere. Bag 'em and tag 'em. Hoorah! Anytime, anywhere. I got your back. Notch up another kill. I got your back.
Anytime, anywhere.
Stay frosty.
I suppose it'll have to do. Colonial Marines assault ship, the Endeavor. 6 crew, 51 enlisted officers, 981 Marines, 19
My parents were
synthetics.
scientists. They taught me biology is war. To win, a species must endure, reproduce, survive. The foes we're about to face evolved to win at all costs. They don't care about their losses, so long as they're the last ones standing.
Very true.
They're as cunning, adaptable, and tenacious as any Marine. But they lack our purpose, our conscience, and our mercy. 40th Marine Expeditionary Unit. This fight is not a simple bug hunt. Know our enemy. Know your strengths. Work together and live to fight another day. Colonel Ship, signing off.
So yeah, welcome aboard the Endeavor. Otherwise known as... Your home away from home. Now, like I said, this game's been around for a while, so it's had its fair share of stuff.
Shake the cryo freeze off, Marine. We got woke by a distress call. A Dr. Tim Honecker sent a mayday from an orbital refinery. Situation ain't clear, but on the outer rim, there's always a chance of xenomorphs.
Yep.
Board the station, find Hanukkah, and extract them. Staff Sergeant Herrera will be the voice in your ear. She'll guide you, warn you of enemy movements, and provide support. Might want to talk to Herrera before you deploy.
Fair enough. So the game's a straight-up shooter. Third person, you can play with friends or with bots. The synthetics you just saw will actually act as team. And the game has a variety of different difficulty levels. But there is a secondary, little secondary thing to this game in that when you're out and about in the game, you'll find oftentimes things like boxes, crates, dead bodies, all kinds of stuff that you can pick up that will actually be related to the story, that expands the story as you play. For example, let's go over here and see Mr. Park. This is Esther, the company's sensei. And no, I do not require your assistance at this time, my dear. And then here's Park.
Hey, if you happen to acquire one of those color-changing cats from LV-895, let me know. There's a back-channel interest. All I need's a reliable supplier. A partner. Read me? Lots of money to be made. Is it legal? I mean, if it's illegal, I can get no problem. But if it's legal, I'll need you to file requisition form 1348 or 1348 mine. You can grab those off ShipNet.
Alright, so like any game, you'll pick up equipment, perks, and advancements as you play. The big thing about this game is it never released microtransactions, ever. At least not that I ever saw. Almost everything you can get in-game and acquire through the game itself. Which makes it really cool that you never actually have to pay or buy any of the shit you use. It's just all there. And I think you have to do at least the first few levels to get the unlockable shit loaded. As you'll no doubt notice, we have a variety of different systems and configurations we can use. But I currently do not possess any heavy duty gear, specialty equipment, or anything else other than what I came with, because it's a brand new game and I'm starting over. I have no intel because I have not acquired any intel yet. Now there is a DLC, and I don't know if I'll get to that because I don't think I'll need it. But let's get started by coming to...
Hey, we didn't get a chance to brief earlier. Short version, while you're on the tip of the spear, I'll be in the dropship with El Tico, running Overwatch and eating my abuela's cookies.
Okay, fair enough.
You listen to what I say, I'll get your ass out in the smallest possible number of pieces. And you can have a cookie. You got any questions? Now's the time.
So yeah, and much like you would expect from a multinational military operation in the far future, you're going to see she's clearly Puerto Rican or Hispanic. There's African American, there's Asian. Everyone's represented here. So the game does diversity, but it does it very naturally because it makes sense that this organization would have a wide variety of different people working in it.
Hell no, I'll be in the platoon TAC Ops Center running shit by remote. Better me than some butterbark o me mierda fresh out of OCS, huh? Usually I'm in a dropship on Overwatch. When we ain't got air superiority, I'm dirt side in an APC.
Alright.
When things have really gone to shit, I'll be in a foxhole brushing dirt off a laptop with one hand and shooting with the other. Point is, I run range sensors and tech support for you. For anything I can't handle, I call Esther. Our battalion synthetic, an android. She's a medical corpsman, science advisor, electronic warfare tech, and MFLC. That's a military and family life counselor. Fancy way to say she listens if you got issues. While we're in the freezers for long trips, Esther and Endeavor's mother computer keep the ship running. She doesn't normally deploy, but we get her on the radio to solve problems. Did the pendejos at the recruit depot give you any briefing? Or they just kick your ass into cryo and call it a day? The Endeavor's a Tianjin-class assault ship, cutting edge of the United America's fleet. Built at Welch's Station, commissioned in 2194. Remember the old Conestoga attack transports from the 70s? Well, we're about 3 times the size. More self-sufficient, more amenities, bigger guns. You and me both. Let's do this.
Alright, here we go. Tactical opportunities. Now these are things that pop up in the game that give you bonus points, equipment, special objectives, that kind of stuff. Now, first time out, I always recommend that you run casual. You can play with friends if you want, but if you're just doing a solo like I do,
Fireteam, this is a rescue mission. You're boarding Katanga, a derelict orbital refinery. Ingress is via the forward airlock. You'll locate, secure, and evac Dr. Tim Honecker, a Weyland-Yutani scientist. Mount up, people.
yes indeed.
Masses in seats, short party. 5-point harness secure. Spot each other.
Priority 1, Ingress. Welcome.
We got a ping on Dr. Honecker's personal data transmitter. He's not far in. First, we need a deck plan. Pull one off a terminal and chlorine extraction.
Welcome to Katanga. Basically, it's kind of like a modified version of the old ship from Aliens. It's essentially a larger, bigger version of what Ripley's team had, but refitted for different jobs.
Huh. Just emergency lights.
Just like the assault ship that you ride on is a similar ship to the Sulaco, just bigger and more powerful. This is similar to the flying refinery that Ripley and her team commanded in the first movie. Hey. No.
Patch into the console. I'll pull it down over wireless.
And one thing you'll notice me doing is I'll be checking corners and sides in every situation, because you never know where they're hiding all the goodies. They move around because the game does have a little bit of dynamic configuration
Got a deck plan. Backup generator is beyond Honecker's ping.
where
We can take it
items
after we grab him.
where items are moved about or relocated within the game world.
Our man should be in the junction
But
ahead.
the intel shit is all in the same place every single time. So long as you know where you're going.
Honecker, this is the Colonial Marines. You hearing me?
I don't think he's hearing much of anything.
Acid damage. Not encouraging. Continue your sweep.
Well, that's one Xeno down. 499 to go. Now that we're in, you see the basic controls. It's a third-person shooter, basic setup, simple connect, simple, easy to understand, very commonplace. Here's our first intel item, the Contega flight recorder. Now, each class
Should be right here.
has its own unique abilities. In the case of the gunner, he has a weapon overclock and he has a grenade.
High speed incoming. Get hot. Short bursts.
Short controlled bursts.
Way more than I expected.
Nice big boom.
Signal from behind.
But here's where things get interesting. Every ability you have is on cooldown. So when you're on cooldown, you have to fight till they recharge and then use them again.
I didn't expect so many. Hey, on the deck, Honeker's PDT chip. He cut it out. But why?
Didn't want to be tracked. But for example, the gunner has, sort of the raw firepower mobility combo. He's got decent mobility and a good set of weapons, but he's not going to be winning any awards for sheer power. Nor is he all that useful as a support unit. But early on in the lower difficulties, that's okay. He's good for what he is, and that's all you need.
Door's welded shut. Sloppy work. Guess Honecker went this way.
Cut the weld, get the door open. Off we go.
Prowler.
Oh, we got a prowler in the house. Yeah. That's the Prowler, one of the various special enemies you can fight. Like Left 4 Dead Special Infected or Payday 2 Special Forces, they act as sort of like specialized enemies. We'll get back.
Tell you my idea later.
But now, I'm using this guy's superpower, which is weapon efficiency, basically overclock. He now fires faster, hits harder, and has generally more damage output. Makes him very efficient, but it only lasts for a short while. Uh-oh. We got company coming down the side. Burster.
You more. Stay sharp.
Basically a living grenade. And the spitter, which I took down before it could actually do anything, is, as its name would imply, a acid spitting pain in the ass.
The exits are sealed by Honecker, probably. Release the locks. Anyway, I'm thinking we can track the doctor using station locks. There's a data line just starboard of your position. Xenos! Lots of Xenos!
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I recommended starting at lower difficulty, to get used to the frenetic pace of this game. If you're familiar with games like Helldivers, you can start higher. Whoa, drone!
Damn big file. Hold the room.
Drones are big humanoid enemies that are far more dangerous than your run-of-the-mill runners or drones. The big drones can not only do enormous damage, but they take way more firepower to kill. And they will retreat and return. They will retreat and return until you kill them. So you absolutely have to lay them out. Close encounters indeed. And that's why you keep it handy, baby. See, drones take way more damage and require an enormously higher level of impact. So you have to hit them with either concentrated, focused fire, or you got to hit them with something with big, rapid damage.
Never
Now it's notable that each level typically has a few pieces of...
data, you can get the power up. Dynamo room's just ahead.
Now to be fair, your AI companions are not bad. They're actually pretty decent. They don't really hold up to like an actual human support unit, but they still work pretty good as backup for the lower difficulty levels. Anything above normal, I'd recommend probably having real buddies behind you.
Be ready for a fight when you switch on.
You don't say. Then it's time to demonstrate one of this game's other neat things, the consumables. You can bring a certain amount of consumables every mission, and by doing so, you equip yourself with different mines, weapons, all kinds of neat stuff that can give you an edge in a bad situation. Now that turret I just dropped is going to help make this next section much more manageable by handling extra firepower on the left side.
It's gonna take time to...
That way I can focus my energy on the right side. See what I mean?
Dynamo just finished injecting lubricant.
Now this game perfectly gets Alien's aesthetic.
Leads just connected.
If Alien Isolation understood Alien the movie flawlessly, this game understands Aliens the movie almost without any equal. You could maybe argue the Alien vs Predator games, especially the original PC games, did that very well as they could. Ah, there's the warrior.
Just about to kick power to the mains.
Now your ads, the turrets and whatnot, can be destroyed. In fact, one of the character's entire deal is his turret. I believe it's the engineer or technician.
Engineering team to get that mess fixed proper. Keep heading aft toward the core.
But yeah, I always check for hidden stuff. See? Face hugger. Missed that the first few times I played this game. That's why you keep this handy for close encounters. I heard that. And there goes another one of those jerks.
Got another swarm brewing. Break out the heavy shit. This is gonna get spicy.
You don't say. Now it is notable that your teammates can and will heal themselves if they sustain enough damage. So they aren't just cannon fodder and they aren't stupid. They're called low sapient synth combat units. Basically just custom built stock soldier. Effective, efficient, but not creative, not able to think on their feet or act autonomously. They do what they're told and they do it well, but that's about the long and short of it.
analysis. 2 weeks ago, the mainframe on Deck 41 was accessed, I believe by Dr. Honecker.
Ambush.
Marines, head to the core lift. Big freight elevator goes all the way up the main tower. On your toes, fire team. Watch the vents.
We know, believe me, we're well aware. Now the game does make good use of environmental damage. Barrels, crates, all kinds of stuff can be hit and detonated to cause additional catastrophic destruction. But the frenetic nature of the game and the chaos of the swarms of enemies can make it for a, shall we say, intense matter.
Routing you through the refinery core. Don't say I never take you nowhere.
I do love her sense of humor. She's got a dry wit to her that is quite entertaining. She really does need to chill out on the veiled insults, but I mean, they're Marines. This kind of comes with the territory, I suppose.
When we reach Honecker, we're gonna find a scientist or a puddle of chunky marinara. I got a pool running.
Well, if... get off me. Well, if I'm being honest, my money's on the chunky marinara, but hey, you never know. There's a long way goddamn down.
Somebody actually paid for safety rails.
Hey, just because OSHA ain't around doesn't mean there isn't a bit of compliance. Big internal leaks. Never a good sign in space, you think.
You there? You still good, Marines?
We're fine. I will say, this game gets the weapon aesthetic of the Aliens universe pretty much
Find this guy alive, I'm gonna kill him.
pretty much dead on.
That's the lift. Entrance on the far side.
Yeah, see, they'll heal themselves if they get too badly wiped out, so you don't have to babysit them entirely. They'll operate and function on their own pretty well.
Patching up.
Same deal as the generator. Expect little friends to pop out all over when this turns on.
And do keep in mind,
Elevator 17 decks up. Take a while to show. Set up a perimeter, then hit the call button.
Checking the deck. Grabbing ammo.
alright, time to go.
All my boards just lit up. Brace for it, Marines.
And the fight is on. Now, in regards to the difficulty levels, it doesn't just add more enemies. It changes up their layout, what kinds are deployed, and how many, and not just how many you fight, but in what orders and how they'll arrive. The lower difficulties just kind of throw them at you in hordes, but later difficulties will send them in teams or groups that complement each other. A burster backed up by a spitter to try and pin you down, or a warrior backed up by a number of fast moving runners to try and catch you off guard. It's not like a foolproof system. There are things about it that can and will go wrong, like dropping 3 warriors into the map and then they drop immediately out of the map and instantly die. Because physics, I guess. But the game runs on most platforms pretty smoothly. On a PC, you'll want a midway decent video card, but it's not a powerhouse. The game uses most of its processing power for the character models and the aliens, but the maps themselves are fairly unintrusive. That's a bad sign. Concentrate fire. Pour it on. And one of the things about this game is that it does give you the ability to upgrade your weapons and buy new ones as you advance. Now, it's not like super fast about it, like it takes time for you to get the items and make the improvements. But as you play the game and level up the various characters, they get better and better, which makes for a nice, smooth progression and a lot of fun. On my PC, I've actually unlocked everything, but for the video, I wanted to do a clean slate and I didn't want to lose my work, so I thought, I got a PS5. Why not run a PS5 copy? And we're done. Level 1 complete. Now it is notable that you get a lot of different things as you go on and play the game. One thing you can do at the end of every level is you can return to base.
Our mission hasn't changed.
Yeah, we know. But what you can do is you can go back to the game, and any intel information you found or acquired along the way, you will actually be able to deliver to various other players as you go. So let's say you found something of interest while you were out there. You can literally go out here, go to other areas, and talk to these different people.
I'm Ibrahim Savani, Colonial Marines Intelligence, Surveillance, and Recon Service. Yes, most Marines call us commissars. And no, we're not as bad as you heard. Katonga has over 80 years of history. But the interesting bit is from 25 years ago.
Oh, really?
Its owner, Seegson Company, reported the refinery was destroyed. Yet, here it floats. An assistant controlled by Seegson's rival, Wayland Yutani.
Sounds like some more Wayland Yutani shenanigans. But we're going to pause it here, and we'll pick up right behind this, because I'm going to be doing like I said, going to be doing the first 3 missions as a complete rundown of the game's general structure. But we'll pick up right here next time. This is the Solo Gamer, signing out, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.